Lolo here. We're taking our 4- and 6-year-old on an Alaskan cruise, and I planned everything ahead of time, but without overbooking every single day. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what we booked, what we skipped, and how we planned this trip to feel fun instead of stressful, and also try to keep as much of it affordable as possible. We're actually going with quite a bit of friends and family, so to stay organized, we created a shared Google Doc. It's been really helpful to keep everyone on the same page with plans, times, and ideas without everything feeling so chaotic. We chose Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas because it has really a good balance of activities between kids and adults. There's enough to keep the kids busy, but also enough for us to enjoy, so it doesn't feel like the entire trip revolves around them. When I started planning this trip, my biggest goal was balance. I didn't want every day packed with excursions, especially with younger kids. I wanted to mix it, kind of a plan of planned activities, flexible time, and days where we can just enjoy the ship. So we're flying into Seattle the day before, which I highly recommend. It just takes all the pressure off just in case there's any delays and lets you actually enjoy the start of your trip. So we're staying at the Mayflower Hotel. There's a lot of cute little boutique-y style hotels in downtown Seattle, so it's pretty easy to find something in a great location at a good price. Our plan is to keep the day simple, walking to places like the Pike's Place Market and the aquarium. There's a lot of other things to do downtown as well. There's the Great Wheel, there's ferry rides, the zoo, a lot more, just depending on how much time, if you get there the whole weekend or if you just have a day, you can plan it out accordingly. We also plan to do an early dinner that night, just easier with the kids. That way we can get to bed early, making sure everything's ready to go for the morning. We actually kept things really simple. They have a really good light rail system that you can use from the airport. Usually they'll take you pretty close to where your hotel is going to be. And then we're going to also take a shuttle from our hotel to the cruise port the next morning. One tip I do recommend, make sure your passports obviously are ready to go ahead of time. And we also did TSA pre-check, which makes the airport experience so much quicker, so much easier, honestly a lot less stressful, especially traveling with kids. They don't have to get it, but if the adults have it, the kids automatically have it with them. And when it came to excursions, I did a lot of research ahead of time to book anything that we could as early as possible to avoid last minute stress. Type A personality here. But I also really intentionally did not want to overbook either. In Sitka, for example, we're keeping things very flexible. We booked a free shuttle that'll take you from the port to the downtown area. And in Sitka, there's actually a $2 shuttle service that takes you around the city. We're going to go to Fortress of the Bear, so we did need to take some sort of transportation. It's too far to walk with kids. So we're going to take that up to Fortress of the Bear, and then we're going to also maybe take it back to the Totem Park and explore that, walk around, and then walk around downtown. We just wanted freedom to move around at our own pace instead of being locked in to like a really long excursion for that location. Next, we have Skagway. So this is where we wanted to do one big main activity day. That's what we did here. We booked a sledding tour because we really wanted a memorable moment for the girls, and we knew they would enjoy some puppies and a fun little sledding experience. It's pretty much for the whole day. I think it includes lunch and a few other things, so that should be fun for them. I will say if you're going without kids, I highly recommend looking into the White Pass Scenic Railway. Some kids may like this as well. It's just a very long trip, but we have done it previously. It's absolutely gorgeous. We just weren't sure our kids would enjoy it as much as we did, since again, it's a pretty long ride. In Juneau, we're keeping things open. There's a Gold Belt tram that you can actually buy tickets ahead of time for. I have heard that the line can get pretty long, so we wanted to avoid buying them pre or beforehand, just in case when we get off the ship and we see that long line, we can actually go do other things and keep checking back on it. If the line ends up being short, we'll go check that out. It takes you all the way up to the mountain, and there's a lot of hikes you can do up there, as well as a restaurant and a shop, things like that. So we're going to feel that one out and decide in the moment. And then in Victoria, we did book another excursion, the Busch Gardens and Butterfly Exhibit. Our kids love butterflies. They're both girls, so this felt like an easy win for us. Plus, it's a very short excursion, so we thought it'd be a good idea. If you're traveling without kids, though, Victoria is a great place to rent bikes or even e-bikes and explore. You can actually get along the whole city really well in bikes. You can check out castles. You can find great food. It's a really easy way to see a lot of the area, and the weather's usually perfect that time of year for that. One thing I intentionally did not do was fill every port with excursions, again, with kiddos, Just not a great idea. I think this is one of the biggest mistakes people make. So you end up rushing all day, not actually enjoying the experience. So just booking one here and there with a lot of flexibility and freedom in between that is perfect. So we're going to have a lot of downtime built into this trip. We'll see how it turns out. This is our first time going on a cruise with the kids. We also looked into the kids club, the adventure club, ahead of time so we can know when we're expecting to put them in that. We're not doing it on any of the port days, but maybe on a few of the cruise days. That way, if we want some adult time without the kiddos, that'll be fun. But again, we're going to have family there, so it'll be nice to have them to help out. And yes, we did get the drink package. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out. We're not big drinkers. I would say we're moderate drinkers. We like to have a good time. I was this close to canceling it just because, again, with kids, I don't know how much time we're going to have to actually use it. But tune in later and we'll find out if that's really worth it. Overall, again, I try to keep this trip really balanced, not overplanned, but also not last minute. Just enough structure to make things easy while still giving us flexibility to enjoy it. After the trip, I'll be sharing what exactly worked, what wasn't worth it, and what I would do differently. So if you're planning a cruise, especially with kids, follow along because I'll break it all down for you. And I will be posting pretty regularly. I'm going to do a little packing planning. That'll be the next video. Then we'll do one every day. Seattle, Sitka, Skagway, Juneau, Victoria, and the ship, of course. Let me know if you have any questions. Subscribe below.